Hello, Informed Crows. I'm John from the Haunt Informer, and today I'm giving you my 2025 review of Laurel's House of Horror in Laurel, Maryland. I'm going to tell you all about that today. So today I'm telling you all about Laurel's House of Horror located in Laurel, Maryland. This haunt takes place in an old abandoned theater that is haunted. Based on the people that work there, they say it is haunted if you believe in that stuff. So that adds to the fun factor of it all, creep factor of it all. So definitely a really good haunt. There's so much talent here. Massive shout out to the makeup crew with Mandy and Alejo and Angelica, and Annie was there that night. Annie was there, and Illusionary was there. They were all there doing different kinds of makeup, and Mac was there as well. So much talent right there. So much from the talent pool there of just doing makeup alone is incredible. And then you have all these really good quality costumes, and you have good management as well, like Jada. She was doing a great job. Shout out to her as the costume manager now, an actor manager. I already had a ticket to go, but then thank you very much to Mandy and everybody, they gave me the all access pass. So here it is. You had to put your name on the back. So a custom all access pass, and it has mobile characters on it with pictures. It has Mandy on there as Jebediah, has Jada right there as one of her creepy characters she did for modeling. Here's Alejo, and then here's Buckshot as well. Massive shout out to Buckshot and Dinwiddie, and of course Miss Laurel right here. Miss Laurel, she's always iconic, always awesome to talk to her. And also they had this one creepy character, Haunt or Be Haunted. He's there right there. So awesome that they gave me that. Thank you very much. I got to go through the walkthrough twice, so that was a lot of fun. And they also gave me a goodie bag with multiple things in it. So this is what the goodie bag looked like. And then I ripped it open, and it had these things in it. So it had this support your local horror house, started in 2014 and then ends in 2025 here. It's a very vibrant sticker. They gave me these severed fingers that are chocolate fingers from Chocolate Treasure. Shout out to Naomi and her entire crew. I'll definitely eat these. I've had her chocolate before. They're very good. I have this like keychain of a wristband that says Laurel's House of Horror on it with skulls. This little can opener, like metal. This is Laura's House of Horror on there. And they also gave me a shirt in there, Laura's House of Horror, the classic logo. So this is extra large. I'm wearing it as pajamas. I'm also wearing the Laura's House of Horror sweatpants now, the joggers right now. They're very comfortable, fit me really well, and they have a bunch of sizes for you as well. So lots of good stuff. I also got this pin, and it says Laura's House of Horror with the classic like Maryland logo with the raven on there. So because Edgar Allan Poe with the skull. So lots of awesome stuff. Thank you very much for the goodie bag. I thoroughly appreciate that. Like I said, I got to go through the haunt multiple times, and I went to the haunt early, so I got to see the behind-the-scenes look at the makeup. So I got to see Mandy doing makeup, and I got to see Brooke doing makeup, and Annie, and a whole bunch of people. There was a lot of talented people there doing incredible makeup, and I loved it. I really did. It's such a welcoming, wonderful community they have there of nice people. I also saw Tim and Katie, so it was a lot of fun. I got to do my first run through with them. They're always such nice people, very kind, nice people. Tim and Katie, I'm very happy that our paths have crossed in the haunt industry and we have become friends because they're very nice people. Massive shout to them. Have them linked below. So I got to go through the first run through with them and Annie and Illusionary, and it was so much fun. It was always so much fun to go through with them. There are so many different elements in this haunt, from the very beginning of going into the Carlisle Hotel, being checked in, to then you keep on going, and then it looks like the elevator is broken, and you have to go through all these creepy areas, and it looks like everything is disorganized because like everything's breaking apart and falling apart and crumbling. One part you see the sign of the Carlisle Hotel that's broken through from the ceiling, and if you look up, there's set design above you, all around you, of everything breaking apart. The set design is beautiful. Massive shout out to Alejo and everybody that helped build it. And I'd have to say my favorite scares of the night that actually got me, I would say, was the one actress that was in the asylum section. All of a sudden she came out. It was near the area where you see the containers with the mobile props in there that look like they're gored up and like have needles in them, all kinds of gross stuff. And when you're distracted by that, I was looking at that, and all of a sudden she flung a door open and lunged at me. She got me really good. It was a double scare where the scare actor box was built where you could get one scare one side and one another side, so that was awesome. Massive shout out to the bellhop that chased after me in the Cat's Casino. That was insane. I saw him for 1 second, and then I didn't know if he'd be there again. All of a sudden he's chasing after me. That was insane, so job well done there. And massive shout out to the scare actors in the theater. They always have so much energy that they were running off the walls, jumping off the walls, off the seats, and they had so much energy. All the energy from the scare actors was great. And right when I was going under the prop that looks like this woman that's been cut from stem to stern, that's hanging up, you have to walk under this, one of them ran after me. Like, it was so intense. So that theater scene is always beautiful with the loud soundtrack, the booming soundtrack, and everything in there. And there's always so much to see, and the sound effects are very loud in this haunt. So if you are more sensitive to that, maybe wear earplugs going through this haunt. But there are some very loud, intense sections of this, like the decontamination area and the voodoo section. That's always a very detailed, creepy section. So always so much fun in there. Of course, I always love going through the schoolhouse section with the facade of the school bus, the back of the school bus with a custom license plate that says Horror House on it. So I always have such a blast going through Laura's House of Horror. And the whole Hail Jebediah scene's always impressive, where you go up and you see that massive sacrifice of all the bodies and the prop skeletons on there, prop bodies and prop skeletons, and all the fog effects going on it, and you can smell the burning effect, like the burn smell from Froggy's Fog with the fog in there, and you could smell it later on in the section with the car that's on fire and the other things that are on fire, and you see the fog blast coming out of it, and you can smell it. And Dinwiddie was in there coming after me with his horn, and also another blood rose later on. That was a scare right after the car effect, out of this dark area you didn't expect her, and all of a sudden she was right there at you, and she had all this great makeup on. I actually got a clip of Angelica doing that makeup, and she's putting all this makeup and fake blood on her meticulously, doing a good job, and she was really awesome. Loved her energy in there, popping out of one section after another, lingering after us, and really enjoyed that. So those definitely were my highlights for the scares, for sure. A section I always enjoy is the one section where they've kept, where it looks like the concessions, where you would get your soda and your drinks and your candy, all that good stuff, and they're playing Let's All Go Down to the Lobby, Let's Go to the Lobby, that classic song, and there was a scare actor there, totally in character, that had a bag of popcorn saying, "Don't you want some popcorn?" I love that scene. That's always so good. And the one scare actor that was crawling on the ground coming after you with the pumpkin face plate from Brock Smith's Designs, seeing Mac in the club scene was insane. She was going crazy, talking to the microphone, lunging at you, the right sound effects with the triggers and everything. She always does such a great job. Doesn't matter what role Mac's in, she always knocks it out of the park, whether she's in the club or she's an asylum patient chasing after you. Doesn't matter what role she's in, she always does a great job. And really fun time in Laurel's. I got to go through again later on by myself, and that was always creepy on its own, because you always get the scares from different spots and you see everything differently from just going through by yourself, and it's always very interesting. So I got to go through twice, and they had a chainsaw scare actor at the end who's usually like a butcher. I saw him in the butcher section years ago, and he did a really good job, very intense. Mac did his makeup years ago. I actually got footage of that, and this time around, he was a chainsaw scare actor coming after us, revving it, putting it above his head, coming after us with it, and very intense. So after you barely escape the chainsaw maniacs, you will then go right into the gift shop / photo op area, and like midway area, they have projections of music videos and music videos playing, ranging from all kinds of pop hits and like goth songs and emo songs, and it's always really fun vibe in there with the different lighting effects. Talk to Izzy at the merch booth and all those great people there. So many cool 3D printed artwork that you won't see anywhere else. You have these goodie bags. They also had Frankenfuel, so if you want to try that, they have the sugar-free and also the one with sugar in it. And they have these different photo ops. They had one that looked like a pumpkin, prop pumpkins there with these hay bales and everything. It was very fun, and that inspired me to want to get my makeup done, where they had the makeup transformation with Brooke. She's totally in character, looks like a mad scientist, where her own face has been stitched together like Frankenstein, like Bride of Frankenstein. It's very cool. And she has a whole lab outfit where she looks like she's a doctor, and she says she wants to experiment on you and work on your face. And I got to do that with Brooke, and it was always a pleasure talking to her. And I got my makeup transformation done. Thank you very much to Brooke. I love how it turned out. She turned me into a mix of a pumpkin and a skeleton. absolutely beautiful, and it was very easy to take off as well. She said it'll be easy to take off later on. It was, so thank you very much for the insight, and thank you for talking to me about makeup and how you do different effects. And it honestly was very cathartic. I didn't know how I'd like airbrushing, but it was actually nice. The Pro Air makeup actually has a green apple smell to it, so it does not smell bad, and it's actually very cathartic and kind of therapeutic to me, like the whole experience. It was very interesting. So thank you very much to Brooke for doing the makeup, knocking it out of the park. I loved it. Thank you for asking for my input on it, saying after she got partway done, she said, do you think you want to add anything else? And I said, sure, I want to add some more around the mouth and the nose and stuff. And she was like, okay, we can do that. As soon as she did that, she was like, I really enjoyed that. Thank you for telling me. And I loved how it turned out. So thank you very much. It was wonderful, wonderful experience with Brooke. Highly recommend doing the makeup transformation with her. I got a special sneak peek of the the Afterlife escape room with Beetlejuice himself. Shout out to Pan, and he always has so much energy. It was Sunday, so he had his church version, his like pastor version, priest version of Beetlejuice, where the hat that they usually wear is actually a sandworm. So that's always so much fun. I love that costuming he did, and he gave me a quick behind the scenes look at the different scenes, and he didn't tell me how to solve any of it because he wants me to do it, of course, in the future sometime, rent it and try it. And it's always so much fun hanging out with Pan. He always does such a good job, totally in character as Beetlejuice the whole time, telling me all about it. You go into mobile rooms with a model, and you go into one scene where it looks like you're going into the waiting room where they're checking you in into the afterlife, and you get your handbook and all that good stuff. So it's very detailed. You definitely have to try out their escape rooms. They make those escape rooms difficult at times because they want you to have some team building and have that sense of like accomplishment when you get done with the room, because you're like, yay, I actually solved that. And you keep on going and go from one thing and bring a puzzle into another room and all kinds of good stuff. So definitely check out their escape rooms as well. So I always have such a fun time at Laura's House of Horror. It's always great seeing all my friends scare acting there, always Buckshot and Dinwiddie and Miss Laurel. Thank you very much to Miss Laurel for getting pictures with me and having a chit chat with me as well about the scare acting, all that good stuff. So it's always a blast talking to her and getting pictures with her, and she always does such a good job. She is a horror icon. Everyone looks up to her in the haunt industry as a scare actress because she does such a good job. She's so passionate and she loves it. I highly recommend listening to her interview on the Dark Carousel podcast because she talks all about her scare actor beginnings to now, and it's awesome how much passion she has for this and how she wants to be scary and empower people and just bring an overall positive vibe to the community. So it's always wonderful to hear about that and see that in action. So always a wonderful time at Laura's House of Horror. I highly recommend going. You're going to have a great time. There's multiple days left, and they will be open for Christmas as well, where they completely change the haunt, completely different soundtrack, different makeup, different costuming. They change up lighting everywhere. There's completely new lighting. They put up all these Christmas lights, and there's fog effects, and there's snow effects, and there's so much to see. You have to see it. It's the best Christmas event I've been to. I've been to mobile ones, and Laurel's knocks it out of the park. And they changed the pre-show as well. There's a cool pre-show you can experience. Miss Laurel is on it for the Halloween season. They're going to change it up for Christmas. So always so much to see at Laurel's House of Horror. That was the Haunted Informer. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe and hit that bell icon so you get a notification every single time I put up a new video. Give this video a thumbs up and share with your friends. And tell me about your experience at Laura's House of Horror. Did you go to any of the off-season events this year? They had a lot of them, really good ones like the Purge event, all that good stuff. Tell me about that in the comments below. And tell me if you went during the main season for the fall. All that good stuff. Tell me all about it in the comments below. Happy to chat with you. And as always, Happy hauntings.